This is how I stopped holding myself back with business growth and truly unlocked my potential. I used to be the queen of self-sabotage, holding myself back with limiting beliefs and fear of growth. Today, we're going to be talking about how you can crush those growth barriers and also ditch that little voice in your head that's telling you that you can't do it. We're going to ditch the fear and embrace the possibilities. So let's go. Before we get started, I do have several different social media platforms that I'm on. Whatever you feel like, if you want to read, I've got an online publication covering every topic you can think of. I've got another YouTube channel which focuses on educational beauty, so you're going to love that. I've got Instagram, TikTok, and a bit of everything. So take your pick. Now, if you do like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button so that you never miss any of my future videos. Let's get started. First off, what I want to do is explain to you where I started from, so how I used to be. If you're watching this video, then you definitely want to learn how to stop holding yourself back and how to really kind of boost your potential and meet those goals, meet those achievements that you're really thinking about in your mind, and be the best version of you. I used to feel like I couldn't actually reach all of the goals that were in my mind. And the reason I say in my mind is because if you are anything how I used to be, then you will have all these goals, all these kind of dreams in your mind, but they're just in your mind. You don't share them because you feel like people are going to laugh. Are people going to think that you're crazy? Like, what do you mean you also want to do this? Like, you just feel like you haven't got any kind of backing because you're not backing yourself. So therefore, you're worried about what people are going to think. Ultimately, it's all about worrying about what people are going to think. And I've reached that point now, and it's not because of any specific thing. It's generally my experience and certain books that I've read that have led me to reach the point of feeling like I am in control of my goals and the kind of things that I want to do in life, and I'm not so concerned about what others are going to think. I used to worry about my goals being laughable. I used to worry that other people will think that they are unachievable for me. And that ultimately is what led me over time to realize that I was holding myself back because no one even knew that I was having these thoughts in my mind. No one else knew that I was doubting myself in this way, and no one else knew that I was worried about what they were going to think. And that was the crazy thing about it. It had nothing to do with anyone else. As much as I was making it about everyone else, it actually had nothing to do with anyone else. It had everything to do with me. I was making up this whole narrative in my mind of people not accepting my goals, people laughing at what I wanted to do, or generally being judged. But it all stemmed from me. Over time, I realized that I wasn't actually getting anything done when it came to what my dreams and goals were. I may have been succeeding in what I've been doing for a while, which was my educational beauty channel, and, working as a celebrity makeup artist. I ticked every box when it came to my dreams in that sense, but there was so much more that I wanted to do. And I feel like I myself put myself in this box of being a beauty educator and expert. And because I had locked myself in there so much, I made myself worry about branching out into other things. And that's where I ended up being my own worst enemy because I stopped myself from actually branching out. Now, let me just give you a brief overview of what I do, and hopefully then you'll understand how it was difficult for me and how I've overcome that. So I have been a makeup artist for many, many years. It's what I started out in, and I love it. It's been an amazing career. And throughout my journey, I have worked for different publications as a beauty writer. I've done different publication magazine covers. I've done Vogue Arabia. I've worked on celebrities. I have royal clients. So I'm still doing that as a makeup artist. I still work as a makeup artist, but my clientele is very bespoke now. So I don't do as much work, but when I do, it's kind of like a different level of clientele that I have. So I've worked my way up to that point, and I'm happy with that because I knew that I didn't want to work as a makeup artist for the rest of my life. I knew I didn't want to be going from job to job to job. I don't want to be doing a booking every single day. So I've been very strategic in my planning of my career when it comes to that, because I've worked out a way where I can still educate people as well. So it's not just makeup artistry. So I started a YouTube channel and I started educating people. Didn't hold anything back, literally gave them everything that I knew. And that really helped. That really kind of like pushed me when it came to what I was offering and people who followed me. So that channel grew. It grew massively, and there are several viral videos on that YouTube channel. I'm so happy with how it's going. It's amazing to like get the feedback and private messages from some of my subscribers. People who are going through chemo, who feel like they've finally got their confidence back. People who have just gone through a divorce and finally feel like they feel more in control of themselves and they can feel more confident, feel beautiful. So my whole channel is very focused on making people realize that they can find their inner confidence. It's not just about covering everything up. So that channel in general is going really well. I love it. And it's what I've been doing and it's what I'm known for. If you go on Instagram, it started to change up a bit, which you'll see, which I'll talk about, but it primarily was just beauty. So everyone who knew me knew that's all she does. Beauty, beauty, beauty. But the thing is, there were so many other things that I felt so passionate about, and not necessarily more passionate than beauty, but equally, or, you know, a little passionate about. And I felt like passionate enough that I wanted to really share my expertise on it or my thoughts on it. And I never really ventured into that because I was so worried about this box I've put myself into and what people expected from me, that I was worried about what people would think if I branched into something new. Now, that doesn't mean that I would have left beauty. That will always be the core of my business. But I was worried about people thinking, why is she doing that? She's good at that. She's good at beauty. Why is she trying to dabble into, I don't know, a bit of style, a bit of this, a bit of that? Why is she trying to do that? She should just stick to what she knows. And you know what the crazy thing is? That had nothing to do with anyone else. So I'm sitting here thinking to myself that people are going to judge me. What are people going to think? What if this person thinks that? What if that person thinks that? When those people didn't even know what I was thinking. It was all me. It was me. I put that whole narrative in my mind. So I was the one who was holding myself back. I was the one who was telling myself that I'm not capable of actually pursuing other dreams and other goals that I have. And over time, that is what really kind of made me realize that no one else is going to be able to change this. It is only me. And this isn't one particular thing that actually helped me to change this. This is actually several different things and general experience and time that made me actually address this and change things for the better and truly unlock my potential. And part of that process was reading different self-help books. Now, I'm not going to say there was any particular book because there wasn't. It was a bit of this book, a bit of that book, and a bit of this book. So there were self-help books that focused on something, you know, just improving yourself, or, you know, how to form habits, or how to help, you know, helping in productivity, unlocking your growth, things like that. But the whole book didn't help me because every person is different. What works for this person isn't necessarily going to work for me. You know, my husband is OCD and is probably the king of spreadsheets, but the way that he works doesn't necessarily work for me. You know, it has to feel natural to me too. So that's what I mean, where everyone works differently and not everything can help everyone. So I took away parts of those books that really did help me and made me feel like it works well with the type of person I am. It fits in with my way of working. That, alongside with just general experience and understanding myself as I was going through different things, and kind of like almost like this ping pong effect in my mind of going back and forth with kind of doubts and then questioning things and discovering things about myself, is what kind of really helped me to get to this point of realizing that I need to change. I need to change the way that I think and the way that I approach things. I would even go as far as kind of working on things behind the scenes and never actually materializing it. And the reason for that was not because of lack of productivity. It was the fear of getting started. I started everything behind the scenes and I was good at that because no one was watching. No one was actually watching what I was doing. No one knew what I was doing. But the minute it came to actually making things public, I would stop myself because I was worried. I was worried about the feedback I was going to get. I was worried about the thoughts people were going to have about me. I was worried about judgment. I realized that I needed to change that. So what I started to do, I thought, right, the new year, I am going to go ahead with it and just make an announcement. And I did something crazy. It seems crazy to me. It's probably not really that crazy. But I decided I was going to make an announcement via posts and stories on my Instagram. Instagram to me feels like the most judgy platform. And I love Instagram, but it genuinely feels so judgy to me. I just feel like that's where a lot of my fear is when it comes to sharing other things that I do. Behind the scenes, I'd already started my online publication, which covered style, because I love fashion as well, culture, business, mindset, growth, beauty. It has a mix of everything. All the articles are written by me, and I have 3 articles that come out weekly. Now, I hadn't shared that on Instagram because I was thinking, what if people are like, what is she doing? Why does she suddenly have an online publication? What is she trying to do here? So from the beginning of January, I set myself a little task that I'm going to go on Instagram. I'm going to make an announcement. I'm going to start sharing everything else that I'm doing. And I thought, if I do that, that is going to push me to actually do it, because I've made this kind of pact with Instagram, because I've gone public with it. And the one thing I hate is starting something and then never finishing it. So I thought that's my way of really sticking to something and making sure that I do share everything that I do that is not beauty related on Instagram. So beginning of January, I did that. I put a story up, I put a post up, and I let people know about everything else that I offer. So everything else that I'm doing, which is not necessarily related to beauty. I still made it very clear that beauty is the core of my business and will always be there, but there is so much more to me than just beauty. I let them know that I have an online publication called Confessions of a Creative, started sharing things there as well. I do that every other day now. And I also let them know I do have another YouTube channel which focuses on helping people grow on social media, starting a YouTube channel, business, growth, mindset, productivity. So this is what you can expect from me from 2024. And that's my little commitment to Instagram and to myself that I'm going to fulfill this. Now, I can't begin to tell you how this helped me. This genuinely has helped me so much because now I am consciously aware that I have to deliver on that. So every few days, I have a reminder that goes up on my phone that tells me share Confessions of a Creative. And then the other day, another notification comes up saying share your YouTube channel on business growth. And then another one comes up to say share one of the articles on my publication. It could be anything. So now what I'm doing is I've created this cycle within my business which has everything that I do, and it's all kind of interlinked, but each entity is helping to push the other. And that's really helped me because now I feel like I've put it out there, I've let people know. Sometimes what it is taking that step, that first scary step, but once you've done it, you will feel so much better. And now I share some of my articles from my publication which focus on the top 10 neutral bags that I found that I absolutely love. Who cares? Genuinely, who cares what people think? Because I'm putting it out there. People are not going to realize that you are good at something other than what they already know you for unless you start sharing your knowledge on it. So if you don't share anything about it, people are not going to know that you're good at it. And it's the same thing when it comes to whatever it is that you're already doing work-wise. So if you are already working as an accountant, you know that people know that because you maybe share that knowledge out on Instagram or on YouTube or whatever. They know that you are good at that. They know that's what you share, but they're not going to know about your other skill set unless you share about it. Sharing that commitment on Instagram actually gives a sense of commitment to the people following me on Instagram. They're expecting something from me and I don't want to let them down, because as much as I may feel like Instagram is a bit more judgy, I feel like I also don't want to let those followers, those subscribers down. You know, I love my YouTube community. I feel like there's a lot more back and forth conversation there compared to Instagram because I feel the general kind of attention span on Instagram is a lot shorter. I also don't want to treat my Instagram followers any differently. I still want to give them that commitment and I still want to make sure that my content is educating in some way. So ultimately, what I really want you to take away from this is stop thinking about what others are thinking about you. Stop thinking about being judged and think about what it is that you can do to change yourself, because no one else is going to be able to do it for you. You are the only one who can unlock your own potential. No one else is going to do that for you. So I really didn't want this video to be about what you can do, some magic change, some magic book you read that's going to really help you. It genuinely is only you. You are going to be able to do it. And the only way you're going to do that is by changing your own mindset so that you can address things differently, so that you can start forgetting about what people think and start caring about what you think. So ultimately, I really do hope this has helped you in some way. I really wanted this to be realistic because I didn't want to just try and sell you anything or sell a specific book or anything. I wanted to be real about it, what really worked for me. Once you get started on this journey, honestly, there's no looking back. You're going to get better and better, and you're going to feel crazy for even thinking the other way, where you worry about what people think. So I really do hope it's helped you. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments box below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button so that you never miss any of my future videos. Until the next video, take care and I'll see you soon.